everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about my November favorites. Now, starting off, I want to talk about two events that happened this month, and the first one might actually be my favorite of the entire month of November, and that's the Cubs winning the World Series. It was such a cool event to watch, especially with my dad, because he's been a Cubs fan for his entire life, and just to be able to watch the game with him and then see just how excited he got, and then watching the parade and the rally downtown in Grant Park. That was a really cool thing to be able to watch on TV. No, we didn't go downtown to see it, just because there were 5 million people downtown, so we were like, no, that's way too many people. I'm not getting stuck down there. But it was just a really cool thing to watch, and then later that following week we went downtown and took pictures down by Wrigley Field, and my dad wanted to go down and get a picture of the marquee in front of Wrigley Field that said, World Series champions, and it was just really cool to go down there and see everybody, emerge onto one, place, and just everyone was just so happy, and oh, will you take my picture? Like, I'll take your picture. It was just really cool, and just some of the stories that you heard about people celebrating and different stuff. It was just a really cool event to be able to watch, and now we can say finally after 108 years that we won the World Series, which is amazing. And then the second event throughout the month of November was my parents, my aunt, and I went to see Keith Urban, and he's been on my bucket list to see for quite some time, and he's actually my favorite male country artist, and just to be able to see him in concert finally was so cool. And just after watching him perform, so let me back up for a second. Maren Morin opened for him, and then Brett Eldredge also opened for him. So she played about a half an hour, and then Brett Eldredge played for about an hour, and then Keith Urban played for 2.5 hours straight. And then occasionally he would have Brett Eldredge and then Maren come back on and sing a song with him. But it was so cool to watch him perform. Like, there's just little things throughout the entire concert that made it one of the coolest shows that I've ever been to. Like, he, pulled people up on stage, and this one girl he pulled up on stage because she had a sign that said, "You were my write-in" for the ballot for the election, and then he pulled her mom up on stage because he was talking to the daughter, and she, her mom was a huge country fan, a huge Keith Urban fan, and so he pulled her up on stage and ended up like singing happy birthday to her, and just, it was really cool. He took selfies with them, and just little things like that. It's like, how cool is that? Like, their night is now made because of that. Like, it's just so cool. And then at one point he got off the main stage, which we were actually pretty close. The place that we went and saw him was actually kind of like a smaller venue, so we weren't on the floor or anything, but we had seats probably in like the middle section of the arena, and we were pretty close distance wise to the stage, and you were able to see everything. And so he at one point jumped off the main stage and is weaving his way through the crowd, and ends up towards the back of the arena there's like a little mini stage, and so he sang probably a good 15 or 20 minutes on that little mini stage, and it was so cool because there was like a big camera by that section, and so he was he was just kind of goofing around with that and having a good old time. And then at one point he was like, "Who's got the best seats in the house now?" Because he's like, I want everyone to be able to see me no matter where they're sitting in the arena. So just like little things like that. It was a really cool night, and he's always been one of my favorite country singers, but now after actually seeing him perform live and the amount of energy that he brings to the stage, he's by far like in my top 5 concerts that I've ever seen. So now, let's move on to some non-beauty favorites before we get into the makeup favorites. So first thing is a pair of gym shoes that I have, and honestly, I've just got these because I wanted to have a good set of gym shoes to be able to work out in. I've recently gotten back into working out frequently throughout the week, and I've been trying to work out at least 3 times a week, so I've been wanting to get a pair of gym shoes that I can use solely for working out, and I don't have to worry about, using a pair that I've, worn outside. They're all dirty, I don't want to get, because I work out at home, so I don't want to get, our hardwood floor dirty or our carpet dirty or scratched or whatever. So I have these pair of Nike shoes that I can just use solely for working out, and I love these because they're super lightweight, and they're really great to work out in just because they are so lightweight. They don't, they're not clunky. They're, I can do whatever the routine is telling me to do and not feel like weighted down by my gym shoes. And then the other non-beauty favorite that I have is a candle, and it's pumpkin spice cheesecake from Bath and Body Works. And this is the version for this fall, which I really like. I don't know if you can tell, but it's rose gold, hammered top, and it smells amazing. Oh, I know it's like a cliche, but it does smell like a pumpkin cheesecake, which, that's what you want it to smell like. But it says that the fragrance notes are spiced pumpkin, graham cracker crust, and whipped cream cheese. And I don't know, I can't really smell the cream cheese. The thing that I can really smell is the graham cracker, and then you get a little hint of pumpkin. But it's really nice, and it's not one of those candles that's so overpowering and sickly sweet that you get a headache with it, because sometimes they're bakery good scents from Bath and Body Works. I can't burn them because I get a headache from them because they're just so sweet. But this one actually has a really good mix of, being sweet but not too much where you feel like you're gonna throw up from it. And then now on to my beauty favorites of the month, which actually I only have 4, which that's actually pretty good for me. But the first one it's a perfume, and I'm not sure how you say it, if it's Tocca or Tocca, I'm not sure, but the scent is in Florence. I don't know if you can see that, but the scent's in Florence, and I got this as a 250 point perk from Sephora, and I actually have the notes pulled up on my computer because I can describe it to you, but unless you go in and smell it or you have this perfume, it's kind of hard to picture what it smells like. So for the description, it says, a Parisian beauty and sophisticate, Florence conjures memories of old world Paris. It is an alluring combination of Italian bergamot and crushed violet petals. Ivory gardenia combined with blonde wood evokes a sophisticated and feminine scent that conjures the elegance of a Parisian sophisticate. So then the actual notes are Italian bergamot, grapefruit leaves, green pear, apple, ivory gardenia, crushed violet petals, jasmine, blue iris, tuberose, blonde wood, and white musk. And from that description, I know you might be like, oh my god, there's way too many scent, notes in here. What the heck does that even smell like? And I actually have it on today, and it's just, I don't know, to me it's more of a floral. It's definitely floral, obviously, because there's so many flower notes in there, but it's not a crazy floral. It almost actually kind of smells, and I mean this in a good way, it's not like the perfume's gone bad or anything, but it almost kind of smells like a sour floral, if that makes any sense. But it smells, amazing, and it's not too heavy. Like, it's super light, which I like, because sometimes it's like you spray a perfume and it's like you spray one, one thing of it, and it's like, whoa, that's like way too much. But I don't know, maybe it's just because it's in like this little thing, and then you basically just go like that on your arm. But I don't know, I really like the scent of it, and it does last all day, which is nice, because a lot of the times I'll spray my perfume in the morning, and by the end of the night, you won't even know that I had perfume on, because it just kind of doesn't stay on me for whatever reason. But that one does, so that one I give a big thumbs up. And then the next one is a foundation by Rimmel, and to be honest, I've tried a lot of things from Rimmel, and I don't know, I can't get into the brand for whatever reason. Like, just like products don't work for me, but for some reason this does, and I love it. It's the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, and I don't know, there's just something about this that I really like, and unfortunately it doesn't have a pump, which I wish that it would, but I don't know if you can tell, but the foundation is like super thick, and I usually just like shake it just to be able to get it to the top, just because it is so thick that after a while it just kind of like goes back down into the bottle. But I don't know, I really like it, and you would think like, oh, it's a really thick foundation, like how is that going to look on my skin? I have it on my skin today. It's the foundation that I'm wearing, and I really, really like it. I've also tried their, I think it's like the 25-hour stay finish one. It's the one in the red cap, and I don't like that one as much as this, because that one, like, I like the finish of that one, I like the finish of both of them, but the other one, you can tell that I'm wearing foundation. Like, you can tell that I have it, no matter how much I blend, you can tell that I'm wearing a foundation, whereas this, I feel like it's not as noticeable. And I don't know if it's just if it's the color on me or just the way that it sits on my skin, but I feel like this one, it sits like it blends into your skin, whereas the other one, I feel like it just sits on top of your skin, and it's really noticeable. So that one I've actually been reaching for probably a good half of the month, which for me, that's saying something. Next product, which I've been wanting this forever, and I finally bit the bullet, because it was a little treat for myself, because I got into the graduate school of my choice. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go into Sephora, and I'm going to buy this because I've been wanting it forever, and I just can never justify the price point, which it is I don't want to blind you, but it's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Incandescent Electra, and this is like gorgeous. Like, my camera is not even like doing it justice. I have it on my cheekbones today, on my cheeks, with a little bit of highlighter on top, but really, because I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of got a, I don't know, kind of like a cream-ish color, like, woven in to the blush. So really, if you wanted to, you could just put this on, and you would be fine. You wouldn't need any highlighter. And sometimes if I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to wear highlighter, I'll throw that blush on, and we're good to go. Like I said, I do have a little bit of highlighter on today, but most days I just wear that, and it looks like I have highlighter on, which I appreciate. But it's just super, like, pigmented and blendable, and I love it. And actually, when I went into Sephora, I wanted to get the mauve one, which now, of course, I can't think of what it's called, but they didn't have it. I think, Mood Exposure, that's what it was. It was Mood Exposure, and of course they didn't have that one. And of course, me being, not patient at all, I wanted one right then and there, because I was like, you know what, I've made up my mind. I want one of these blushes. I want to buy one now, because if I don't, then I'm going to be, I don't really need it. I have so many blush that it's just, I'm like, just buy it. So I'm actually really glad I did, because I don't have anything like that in my collection, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I actually swatched it. You're not going to be able to tell, are you? I swatched it on the back of my hand, and it just gives this little flush to your cheeks without being crazy pigmented. It can be if you build it up, but you don't have to, which I like, because sometimes it's you put a blush on and it's I have to start over because it's way too much, whereas this, I feel like you can really build. It's super buttery and pigmented, and it's a really nice formula. I recommend it 100%. The only problem is it's $38, which I know is so pricey, but I think it's worth it, and I recommend it completely. And then the last favorite that I have for the month of November is the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit. And this is actually a repurchase. I actually purchased it with the blush as, again, part of my, yay, congratulations to you, you got into grad school. And so like I said, this is a repurchase. I purchased this last summer, and for whatever reason, I just never repurchased it. I really liked it. Again, it's every makeup product that I am talking about, I have on today. So it's on my lashes, and it gives you that crazy volume without getting clumpy, without getting really weighed down on your lashes, because I typically don't curl my lashes because I don't need to. I have really good lashes, so I don't need to, and they stay curled. I don't know if you can tell, if I look to the side, they stay curled. They give you a nice fan effect to your lashes. I'm sure the majority of you have seen this and have used this product, but it's great. It's got a curved wand to it, which I like, because if I want super crazy defined volume, I'll take the kind of indented part of the brush and I'll just go like that. And then if I want more of a not as separated defined look, I'll use the other half, the kind of side of the brush. And I really like this because it's so tiny that I can get it on my lower lashes without making a mess, which I really like, because with most mascara wands, I end up getting mascara all over and underneath my bottom lashes because the wand is just so big that it gets everywhere. And I don't know why I didn't purchase it again. I think maybe it was just because I had so many mascaras that I wanted to get through. And plus this is, it's a higher end mascara, yes, it's $24, but compared to YSL and Marc Jacob mascaras, that's not, YSL, I've tried 2 of their mascaras, and I think one of them was $30 and then the other one was $32, and I didn't like YSL. I know a ton of people love their mascaras. I don't, and I think it's just because they're, at least the 2 that I've tried, were super scented, and almost made my eyes water, which that's not a look that I want to go for. So this has no scent to it. I think it's in the shade, I'm not sure if I think it only comes in one shade. I think this is just black, or blackest black, but I recommend it. I really like it, and I definitely think that it's my favorite high-end mascara that I've tried. So those were my favorites for the month of November. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.